Hey, if you've been watching my videos a while, you know I don't show my face that often, but I would like to talk about some things that really don't fit into an image. Had some weird things happen. Weird thing number one is my tanks are switching again. The E150, mine is circa 91. I'm not exactly sure, somewhere in 95 or so. So I have no idea. But when the dual tank ceased, or if they did, I just know mine does have the dual tanks. And I've had a lot of issues with those only because it's not switching. Or at least I thought it wasn't switching. So let's take a trip back. Uh, when I first got the van, it was switching tanks fine. Then I don't know what happened. For a long period of time, it didn't switch. But the way I could determine whether they switched or not is when I was on the front tank, I could actually get a measure of the gasoline in that tank. Uh, when I was on the rear tank, I knew I was on the rear tank, but I couldn't get a measure. So I haven't really looked in depth into how it does the amount of gas in a tank. Never really cared. Don't really care now. Only that it was a good way to designate which tank was functioning. So peace on earth, everything's working great. Then boom, I was on one tank as far as I know. I know it would try to switch to the other tank, but it would not drop a a scintilla. But the other tank, the tank that I originally was switching from, it would still burn down. Not burn down as in burn down, but the gas would lower. So I have no idea what to think about that. So on a trip down the road, having a great time. Not really, but I was driving, and all of a sudden I began to get that cough. That cough that means I'm running out of gas, and I thought, oh great. I have one full tank. The front tank is full, so normally it wouldn't even be a big deal. I'd do a switch, but so I pulled off into a parking lot, and then I switched tanks. Boom! It started right back up, and then I know the other tank is really low because I almost filled it up. I can't quite because the rear tank, the one that's giving me the trouble, is also one that leaks because I'm sure I got a filler tube problem there, so I need to get that taken care of. Now I can delay that if I could switch tanks. Now I'm on the front tank, as far as I know, and that's the gotcha on there. Since the gas gauge doesn't work, I never know when one tank is going out and when one tank isn't, so I can't differentiate the tanks. It's just confusing as heck. So man, that's an issue I got to be working on for the foreseeable future. I did buy a $50 switch because I thought the switch was the part that was malfunctioning. So I got that. It's sitting in the passenger seat of my car. As far as I know, I can lose an elephant in the closet, but it's still there. So what I'm still gonna replace that switch because who knows, it could be having some weird stuff. Getting away from that, what else was I gonna cover? What else? What other fun did I have? No, I was having fun with my. I'm using you can tell by the wide shot probably that I'm using a GoPro, uh, and it only does wide. Not all of mine, but this one only does wide. I have narrow, but it's only on the Hero 7 Black. This is the Hero 7 Silver, which does not do the wide or narrow shot, or there's a many million different shots you can get with a GoPro. The black has them all. The silver has very few. So that's why you're getting this view of me, but which is fine. I don't like close-ups anyway. My age close-ups are not was it are not what was the word I'm looking for? It does not show my best. It shows my reality, not my best. And so getting back to other stuff. I my previous video, I know I just put that up a little while ago. I got two refrigerators now. I would assume that my Dometic was dying because I was getting that flashing red light. That means the the motor was having trouble starting up. Compressor is what ACs and refrigerators have. So the compressor wasn't starting, but I moved it to the front and did a hot shot from the patch panel instead of the rigmarole I showed you had before in the van, and it cranked right back up. So now I have two refrigerators. I'm considering keeping them both because the other one wasn't very expensive and it's not large, and this one is not large. So now I have two small refrigerators that make a medium-sized refrigerator. But I could use one as a freezer and then one as a regular fridge. But when you turn those things on as a freezer, they eat electricity, so that's a gotcha. And so I'm gonna be keeping that one. I was saying I was preparing for summer, and I am, because summer is going to be the most problematic part of the year for us Texans. But I did make a ridiculously low offer on a diesel heater, the ones everybody's talking about, the Chinese diesel heaters. So I made a really low offer on one, and with my luck, somebody's going to accept it. But and that's the only way I'm going to do anything that relates to winter. And if they do accept it, it could be here in a week and a half or so, because it's coming out of California or Arizona or something. So somebody's imported a batch of them, I assume, from China. So we'll see how that works. If I do get that, I'm going to replace my propane with that, because at least with that, I can actually take the CO, or carbon monoxide, because it comes out of exhaust hose, drill a hole in my floor or in the lower wall of my van, and put it outside. Now, I do go to sleep in my van with the propane heater on, but I never do that without the exhaust in the fan above my head on, and I have 3 CO sensors. So that's my gotcha. But then I can remove a bit of that by running that post out there. I'm still keeping the CO sensor, because you never know, when a hose might fail or something. So it's still going to be there. But in this is February, the coldest month of the year, and it hasn't been that cold. March is going to be still cold, but not really cold. And then April is going to begin the march from winter to hell, because of a normal Texas summer. A couple of years ago, we had a real mild one. We only had a few days, a few days in the 90s and no days above 100. So that was great, but that's not going to happen every year. In any case, that's about all I want to talk to you about. The fun with I'm going to replace that switch. Hopefully that will alleviate things. I really wish I could get the gas gauge to work on both of those tanks. If there's something I can do, I will consider doing that, but I'm not going to pay somebody $400 or $500 more to just go in there and fix up a gas gauge. And probably thousands more if they have to drop the tank for any particular reason. All right, so that's all I wanted to tell you. I don't do many of these face-to-face things. I thought I would do one this time. Not exactly interesting, is it? Yeah. I know some other people who do some pretty boring videos, and nobody tells them the truth, and I analyze myself and see the truth. This is going to be boring as all get out, but hopefully a few of you will stay there, because I might get the diesel heater. I made a stupid low offer, so I probably won't get it. If it does, you'll see me install that. You're going to see 2 refrigerators. I'm going to try to start installing the other refrigerator in there. So I've got too many refrigerators for a small van. And so you're going to see me do some stupid things, and hopefully it'll be of interest to you, and I can get a few more subscribers. So please subscribe. I never asked that, but please subscribe. All right, I'll talk to you later, and you have a wonderful day.